Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, Atlanta. Good morning, Southeast. Good morning, East Coast. Good morning, everybody. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you for opening your calendar, for getting yourself in a comfortable place, or for doing everything that you needed to do to be here at the Daily Huddle. For those of you who are on Facebook, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're listening to us. Welcome, and thank you for allowing us to be part of your life. Today, I'm excited to have Cece in the house today. I love Cece. Cece, this is the first time I see you in my life, and I already love you. This is amazing. Who you are is just a beautiful soul, Cece. Thank you for being here. I'm excited that you're here. Let's get us all primed and let's get us all ready for a good conversation. Sorrel, I got a question for you.
And Gio, I've got an answer for you, brother.
Why did the chicken go to the hospital?
Oh, to check out the nurse checks.
I like that one better.
Is that your final answer?
I'm locking it in.
I'm locking it in. I love that one better.
Yeah, to see the chiclets.
Ooh, that one's good too.
I like that one too. Because it needed some tweakment.
Oh.
Do it again, Robin. Do it again, Robin.
So wrong.
So wrong.
The good thing about these jokes is that you can always do a follow-up and you'll do a lot better than this. They're terrible. They're just terrible. Let's get us all primed and all ready for Cece and Sorrel. Michelle, good morning. What time is it, Michelle?
It is now. It is right now. It
right now. Time. Absolutely. Robin, good morning. Where are you?
You know what, Gio? I am right where I am supposed to be here in Dallas, Georgia, and hanging out with you guys on the Daily Huddle. Thank you for asking, sir.
I love it. Jacqueline, 2 questions for you. How are you? And one thing you're grateful for.
I am how I say I am. And today I am sunshine and flowers. And I am grateful for the sun.
Grateful for the sun. Thank you, everybody. Welcome. Thank you for being here. It's not a small thing that you're here. It's not a small thing that you woke up. America's leadership coach, Sorrel J. Catan. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning, Giovanni. And since Jacqueline is something other than fantabulous today, I say I am fantabulous.
Very well, very well.
And Giovanni, it's episode 252, and today we're digging into a phenomenal question: how to solve problems quickly. And to guide us in that conversation is my very good friend, Cece Carr. Cece, how long have we known each other?
Oh, about 10 or 12 years.
Oh my God, it's a lot of moons, right? But I'll tell you what I remember clearly. If you were ever looking for Cece and you couldn't find her, you'd have to go look either in China, Saudi Arabia, Australia, someplace around the world. Cece loves to travel, and as an expert in global travels and imports, that's her business. Cece loves the world. Cece loves people. And nowadays, Cece is baking as a hobby and turned it into a business called Cece's Pound Cake. Now, I don't care if you're eating sensibly and eating mostly plant-based. You need a pound cake from Cece. She enjoys to roller skate and created a clothing line with brand CC's Pound Cake. So CC's the entrepreneur's entrepreneur. She will create out of nothing, anytime, anywhere, any place. CC, we're so glad to have you on the Daily Huddle today, and so glad to see you, because you're always on the phone and never showing your face, but here you are. Welcome. Good morning.
Hello, everybody. I'm so glad to be here. The
Good
question
morning.
of the day is how to solve problems quickly. And of course, with this pandemic, problems showed up. I couldn't import and export. I couldn't get out the country. I couldn't even travel abroad to India, China, nowhere. However, CC took three different actions. I identified the problem, I had a plan of action, and the solution of the problem was to trust God, because every problem in life centers in the mind. So therefore, I took this pandemic as an opportunity to create other assets for myself. I knew what I could do. I could make pound cakes pretty good. And I learned it as a child. And of course, I've even making gluten-free, sweet potato, chocolate pound cakes, lemon pound cakes, vanilla bean pound cakes. And from there, I started a clothing line where I have masks, hats, t-shirts, stuff with the brand CC's Pound Cake. And the cake is the most delicious cake in the world. I even make vegan cookies. Vegan cookies. And in a pandemic, who does that? CC does it, because that's what CC do. So with that, I maintained 50-pound weight loss. That's cooking cakes, cookies, all this delicious stuff, and selling it. And my background, a lot of it was abroad. My parents were in the military. Dad was in the military. So we traveled India, Germany, Japan, all over. And that never left me. So now that I was stuck in the United States, I had to turn my biggest mistakes and turn them into my greatest assets. The wreckage of the past had to be turned into an asset. That's what leaders do. They take the past or an obstacle and turn it into an asset. And with this, I had to get rid of all the secrets, turn them all up, all the stuff, inventory, whatever I wasn't doing right, I had to set it right. That means I had to acknowledge it for myself. I had identified the problem. The problem was the currency had stopped. Business had stopped for me because what I do is global trade. I'm licensed as a custom broker, and it would require me to go to different trade shows all around the world. And I wasn't able to do this because of the pandemic. So how do I prosper in the pandemic? One thing, giving. I never stopped giving. There's always something to give in America. It's always something to do to help somebody else. And the Daily Huddle has been given since March 2020. And it has provided a platform to share, to also share with entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, training and development. And this was in a pandemic. And you know what? Millions of lives have been lost as a result of this pandemic. And you know what? We're still here. We're still here by the grace of God. And you know what? Giving to others is the key to happiness and life. Giving, whether you are rich or poor, high or low, is an honor to give and serve others. This is what business is doing. Business is providing a service to people that couldn't do something for themselves. And that's why customer service is very important. Having a nice, cheery greeting, treating everybody with respect and courtesy, that's part of giving. Serving is giving the best customer service that you can provide to somebody, not complaining. I'm actually complaining about God's handiwork. And who am I? And I'm not better than anybody. So I'm saying is I don't know more than what God does. And so my willingness to face and rectify errors in business, that means something that showed up that was beyond my control, and convert them into assets, is a skill. And one of the skills is giving. I've been giving pound cake away, cookies away. And it's a conversational piece, because once they taste the pound cake, they go, ooh, this is some good pound cake. I remind people of their mother, grandmother, somebody they loved. And all of my pound cakes have no baking soda and no baking powder. And I'm still managing to keep 50 pounds off of my hips, thighs, and lips. So with that, giving allows others to survive and rediscover life. And I'm learning that the more I give to others, the more that I receive. Giving is a great way of showing love and appreciation towards one another, whether it be a family or a friend or just somebody. Giving somebody a compliment, saying nice things like, good morning, how are you doing? Because you know what? All of us are still here. And this world is ours to take care of. And there's no better person or worse person, period. Everybody's the same, because the genuine love that I have for people is for anybody. It's just not, it goes across all around the world, because I traveled all around the world and I've received help from people all around the world. One time I was in, I don't know, Spain, and I was lost. Do you know somebody who I didn't even speak their language came to help me? And they helped me, and they said, but you need help. And I said, okay, I need help. And they helped me. And see, this is the love of giving to others. Giving is a way to stay prosperous. You know what? Giving comes from the heart. Receiving is another blessing you get when you receive. Because a closed hand can never receive any blessings. And you know what? Seed is giving to the sower. Like when I exchange money for whatever product or services I provide, that's a way to help somebody else. It provides a harvest for me every time I exchange one of my products or services. Providing customers with good, honest, professional services is just what God created businesses to do. That's to provide goods and services, and And then I have seed to sow, which can be converted into helping somebody else, just like a farmer. A farmer sows seeds to grow whatever they're growing. It produces a harvest in due season. And however, same thing with business. Giving is just something that I love to do. And you have to have faith when you give. Large faith and love allows you to give, and to give faithfully. Faith works through love. And you know what? I'm not going to stop giving, loving, and sharing what I have for others, and helping others. Partnering with other companies is just part of prospering in a pandemic. The Daily Huddle has expanded my life, my businesses globally, by allowing us to meet with other businesses from abroad via Zoom, allowing us to do global business internationally. The action of giving is what the Daily Huddle is an action about doing. And serving us businesses, especially me, a solopreneur, has allowed me to thrive in a pandemic. Personally, my businesses and mindset has been expanded beyond my own capacity. I am truly thankful to God, the Creator, for the opportunities that have showed up because of providing customers with quality products and services, and to connect with businesses globally. Giving, helping, and serving is what I love to do. And one of my hobbies is just one of the things that I love to do. And you know what? This pandemic will not last always. Trouble don't last always. The blessings have soared in a pandemic. Because you know what, as America, we will rebound and we will help other countries, just like we're always been helping other countries. Okay. And you know what? The greatest thing for me is having the power to help others. And you know what? All problems are solved by a simple reliance on the spirit of the universe. That means God. We have to stop doubting the power of God. Our ideas solo by ourselves do not work, but the God idea does. And I accept the fact that life is on life's terms. I can't control the situation. And you know, today is the anniversary of this pandemic beginning. And I never would have thought I would be buying masks, using hand sanitizers, using disinfectant spray, helping other people the way that I'm helping. But through this pandemic, I can see a bright light. I can see that we will rebound. It's just a restructuring. We don't know. I don't know who did it. But you know what? I can look at it as a blessing. As a blessing because it's caused me to redirect my mind, reshift how I think about business, about helping other people no matter what. And if anybody would like to have something to say, it's only 19 after, but I can talk some more if you would like. Hello?
CC, the heart of a giver powers the brain of a giver that powers the words of a giver. And I know you could give and give and give, and we will take and take, for it will come back to you 10 million fold. So CC, thank you for being like you're sounding the alarm, right? And the alarm is this: we know how to survive. And you know what? Whatever we do as human beings, we will survive. So why not live life as a giver? To have the privilege to bring our network, our expertise, and our experience to the table as gifts to each other. That's what I hear in your message. And I'm so delighted, so grateful that you have chosen to do that. And not just today, you have been doing that forever and ever. And you are like a demonstration of what it looks like to live life giving unconditionally. And Giovanni, I'm thinking, we keep adding to the list of things to do to stay sexy and have a great skin and all that good stuff. I really think giving ought to be on that list. And CC, I thank you for creating that space. So who else wants to take a piece of CC?
I think we need to add having a CC pound cake to that list.
Oh, there you go.
Because some of them are vegan.
Vince is going to be okay with that. Go ahead, CC. What'd you say?
I make vegan cookies too that are delicious. One of my customers is a very famous person, and she loves the vegan cookies that I make. That's all. So my life has shifted in a good way because of this pandemic. Tragedies turn into victories, and it's allowing the whole world to come together, whether or not we think so or not. I haven't heard about any wars lately, and I'm thankful not to hear about it because you know what? There's going to be a cure. We already have shots that are already provided. The rate has gone down. So at some point, we won't even be talking about a pandemic because it would be the past. And this crisis has just brought me to want to serve and do more for others, as well as, be an example of continuous giving. Can't stop giving. That's why I shifted my mindset. It's not about just doing business. It's about doing good business, and solving problems. And solving problems is providing a service or a product for somebody else. It's allowing the whole world to connect with each other with integrity and providing something to where we all are prosperous. That's why anybody can prosper in a pandemic, even in a pandemic. I don't know how, but this is all right for me because I remember growing up, well, we didn't have nothing. So a pandemic ain't nothing for me because I remember we had to use whatever we had. So I'm using whatever I have to be prosperous and help somebody else. So if anybody would like to order pound cake, I do have some vegan loaves that's vegan. However, the real pound cake is delicious. And you can always
I love it. Cece, or maybe Sorrel, you already have Cece's information so we can put it in the chat and people can contact Cece. Cece, you know what you remind me of? You remind the giving, how to solve problems quickly. Giving. How to solve problems quickly, giving. You remind me of an episode that happened in my life, and I never forgot it. It's made such a big impact in my life. Hence I'm going to share it with you guys. It was probably back in 2008. I had a marketing for construction businesses, and I was going down really quickly financially, too quickly. And I couldn't sleep. I was anxious. Things were just not looking. My son was 1 year old. It was just not looking good. No money for diapers. And you know how you are at midnight or at 2 o'clock in the morning, flipping channels. And I bump into Joel Osteen, the guy who has a big mega church in Texas. And he's not live, but he's saying, "Are you having a hard time sleeping?" I'm like, "Yes." "Are things not going well in your life?" "Yeah." "Have you tried everything and it's just not going for you?" I'm like, he's talking to me. "Are you a good human being and things are not happening, but you need things to turn around fast?" I'm like, "Yes, you're talking to me." And he says, "I got the solution for you." I'm like, at 2 a.m, I'm like all ears. Like, "Tell me, what is the solution?" Call somebody and do something for them. Call somebody and do something for them. Do not take any money. Just go give something. Do something for somebody without any agenda. Find somebody and all your blessings will come your way. And I'm thinking, oh my God. But at this point, I'm trying anything. So I wake up in the morning. This was like Sunday in the morning. I start calling my friends and I call a friend of mine. Her name was Maria. And I was like, "Maria, how are you? What are you doing today? Is there anything I can help you with?" And she's like, "Okay, well, I'm moving today. So if you want to come help move." And I'm like, yes, I want to come help move. Move is my thing today. I want to do it. She's like, "Okay, yeah, I'll pay you for the day." No, don't pay me anything. I need to come help you. She's like, "All right, then." Okay, so we moved everything on Monday. The next day, I got a contract in North Carolina for a big construction company, completely turn around my finances. It was amazing. You want to solve problems quickly? Give. That was my story. True story, though.
That's a great story, Gio. That's a great story.
I got a very similar story, Gio, about a family member that needed some cash. I drained my bank account with the check for the last dime I had in my bank account. I was working on a $140,000 contract. The day before, I was told, "Forget it, we're giving it to somebody else." And I wrote that check and put it in the mail that afternoon. And the next morning, that guy called me back and he says, "Okay, come over and get your deposit check. We're going to go with you." The other guy wasn't who he said he was. And I was like, there you go. He would have been if I wouldn't have given away that last check. But you know what? Because I did, the whole universe moved in my direction. And it was a huge change. It changed our lives. I mean, it literally changed our lives.
Absolutely.
Yep.
CC, giving. You want to solve problems quickly? Give.
Gio and Robin and Cece and everyone, the other thing I hear is giving is not and in order to, like, I'm not giving in order to get that contract. I'm not giving in order to get something. I'm giving for giving. And when I do that, there is this kind of faith that I put in the universe itself, that whatever I need will be provided.
Yep.
So indeed, you want to solve problems? Give. But like Joel Osteen says, Gio, don't take any money for it and don't expect any money. Give for the sake of giving.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, the thing that we hear now, the big word right now is pivot. I think everybody's heard everybody else saying pivot, right? But what exactly does that mean? You know, to pivot is stop and change direction, but how do we do it? And there you go, right?
Give.
It's being resilient, but part of being resilient is looking outside yourself. And giving is exactly that element of pivot.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. It's worked so well for me that I just kind of live that way now. So, you know, all the pandemic stuff, my business thrived during the pandemic. We started new businesses. God's opening amazing doors right now. And I'm just doing what we've always done, which is just serve, 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 and pour ourselves out until there's nothing left, right? Because
I'm not even trying to pivot back.
Good word, Cece. Thank you.
Great, Cece. I'm not even trying to pivot back. I want to continue going forward and moving forward and giving and continue doing what I'm doing. Thank you, Cece, for this. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
And Cece, I want to acknowledge the words of a couple of go-givers on Facebook. One from South Africa, Waimea Mowers, and Yuri B, listening from Florida. Both said exactly that. Closed hands can't receive. We solve problems by shifting our focus to giving. The world is joining your movement, Cece.
Amen. That's great. Key to life and happiness. That's the key to life and happiness, is giving and helping others. I wouldn't have it any other kind of way. Thank you.
Thank you. Giovanni, what would you like to give today?
Go ahead, Sorrel. I'll give the 7 things to walk a great life.
It's now 7. Indeed, you've created something. Well, the 7 things are this: love abundantly, love unconditionally. Now, Gio, if we're loving unconditionally, who should we love?
The people who register for Turning Point.
Only the people who register for
Gio,
Turning Point. I think we should love Megan. Who else do you think we should love?
We should love the Queen.
Trump.
And Biden.
Anybody, everybody. Just open your heart and love. And along the way, you might find some really funny people and funny things. And when you do, laugh like crazy. Stress less. Eat sensibly, mostly plant-based. You know? Sleep. When you wake up, find something to give. And last but not least, move like crazy. Move often. Dance like nobody's watching. Enjoy your day. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Can't wait to have you. Tomorrow morning, we have with us Miss Bertine Crèvecoeur, who's going to start a series on diversity and inclusion. We'll see you tomorrow morning.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Cece.
Thank you,
Stay
Cece.
with us a little
Welcome.
bit, Cece.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us. Always a pleasure, guys.
Take care.